Welcome back to Opally Hour. So I've and ahed about completing this underwater world model. I started this probably a year ago, and I put it to one side. The instructions weren't as clear for me anyway, as I would have liked, and therefore I kind of messed up a lot of it. Very disappointed in myself, and in the end I just put it to one side, and it was the only model to be honest with you, I have ever done like that. Normally if I start a model I finish it, but this one really kind of got me. So here we are. So I have got, it looks like I've got a lot of the way through, but I really haven't. So I've kind of got some of the bits and pieces in here, inside here. I did video it to show exactly where I was at the beginning, but unfortunately that video didn't take, so here we are again. I have had a lot of problems with my recording today, but nevertheless in about probably about 4 or 5 minutes you're going to roughly see where it was anyway when I put the beads on here, which is now already inside here anyway. So once we've got some more of this shrubbery in, some more beads, some more flowers, a few more fish, then what we'll do is we'll move on to starting this part, which is really to do with the train, and we will start moving on to there. Okay, so once you have 16 of these little beads onto your thread, just using a needle, it's easier. Like I say, you are meant to cut 10 centimeters of thread out first, but I think we're going to have quite a lot. So I know we use this again to do like some hanging down garland type things. So I don't quite need to have that much over at the end here. So then all you do is tie the two ends together with a knot on your string or your thread, depending on the way you want to word it, or what country you're in. Actually, I think it depends on your country as to what it's called. So I'm sure mine could have been a lot closer. It keeps running away from me, scared. I don't blame it. It's like, wow, we went to one side for so long and here we are out again. Alright, and then just cut it up, and this will be done and ready to go into the model. It doesn't matter if you've got a few little strands going on here because it's going to be well hidden. Alright, put this thread to one side because we won't be needing this for a while now. Right, next what we're going to do is get the model out and start putting the rest of the flowers, the beads, the shells, some fish. Going to do that today, and then tomorrow we will probably start building the actual train parts and get all those put in. So a lot of the design on where you want the flowers and things like that, really you can customize to your liking. So I mean, yeah, that's might as well say that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to stick as close to theirs as I can. I have a lot of little bits and pieces here to go on. I have some extra fish that I'm going to put in here, along with some other types of shells. I will probably get some more like pearls to put inside things like this one. You know, can't see that very well. This one here, put some extra shells inside there. I've been having some trouble with my recording. I think I've said this about 4 times and none of them have taken. Alright, crossing fingers. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get a few more bits and pieces in this one, some pearls and things like that. I've got a little box of, whoops, this one goes running off, beads in here which came with this model. I've also got plenty of other leftovers from others. We will probably start off putting this little ring that we made, and we have lots and lots of plants here we can put in as well, so we get all that decked up. Basically you can pretty much put it in any order. I am going to try and keep theirs as close as I can. Off you go, fella. Alright, I will be back in a few moments. Alrighty, so first thing I'm going to do is pop our little beads in, and I'm going to try and use the tacky glue, see if that works. I can't remember what I've tried in the past with this model. Let's see if I can get any out of this. There it goes. The thing I like about this is it does dry clear. I'm going to keep this upside down so it makes it a bit easier for it to come out. Let me find something to put it upside down in, otherwise it'll fall all over. Oh, if I can get that lid off, and go in my little pot of thing. So it should be quite tacky, and the first thing I'm going to do is put this little thing, as I drop it, thing on. Like I say, even though it's got a few strings, it's not going to be the be all and end all. And try and get that more upright, like so. And of course the beads show that thread, of course, straight away, because why not do the opposite of what I said? It won't matter. Oh, the thing I like about the tacky glue is that it's not really stringy, and it does go tacky quite quick, as the label says. Well, if you're gonna show, we'll just cut you off when you're dry. We'll see if they show, otherwise I'll just cut them off. So you can see that that is in. I can see that the strings definitely show after me saying it won't. Obviously totally lied, so but you can see that they're there. They are in. Alright, so now I had some of these in before, they all fell out. Whoops, let's get some of these beads. I forgot to put even beads in there, in this pot, because they should go in my other pot of beads, not in this pot of beads. Got my pots confused. And that one went straight on the floor. Alright, and that one's never to be seen again, clearly. And there's another one. Alright, so I am going to do it as best I can to the pattern. I'm going to put this one in the far corner over here that you can't even see. There you go, in here. Try and get that one in to this corner. Then I'm going to splash it with some of the purple, some of these little flowers. I got a red one that I put in before, which is attached to a green one. There we go. We got this one in with a bead in the middle already. So I'm going to get some of those done, and I'll come back in and show you what it looks like and see what time we have. Alright, so after putting some of these on, this is kind of how I got it looking. It's not like the picture whatsoever really. I just put in pieces where it is. Like I said, you can really start to see my mistakes down here, like all this. Actually, yeah, it's mistakes. I've got a marker. Maybe I'll just paint that in to tidy that up. But yeah, but nevertheless, I'm quite happy with how the bottom looks. It doesn't say to leave the path area free. I have tried not to put them on. There's a couple of tabs, like one, let's get my finger in the right place, here. And there's another one more to the front down here, so I've not kept that one so much free, or that one, but I've tried to keep it that we can move things around if something goes in here, like behind. Let me see if I can get this, show you what I mean. So if I can get something behind, like here, there's a space in the carpet there. Can you see that? Probably not so well. Just about. So I don't know if that's for a specific reason or not. Anyway, that's how far we got with this. So what we're going to do, normally at the beginning of a build, I try and anything which is attaching to fabric, things like that, I try and get that out of the way, attach it, let it dry. In this case we have transparent as well, so we've got quite a bit going on. So we are going to be making a knapsack, it says, backpack basically, and a umbrella So we're going to be making those. Then we are going to be making one-seaters, it says, and I'm guessing that's for the train. And then we are going to be making some double-seaters. So let me get any fabric in that out the way, get all these cut. When I glue the paper onto them like this, I try and not glue it onto all the paper, just count the edges so I can get the paper off, unless I feel that maybe whatever it's making needs the hardened bit. Like I mean, I'm not, these are going to be the straps that the backpack goes on, so you're not going to want that too soft. So hopefully I have stuck that. This is the backpack itself, and this is the umbrella. So any one of these, if they are stuck with the paper, isn't going to be a terrible thing. So let me get that sorted. In fact, I think it wants you to do the paper as well. So looking at the pictures, yeah, the umbrella certainly you want the fabric and the paper. These ones not so much, and nor that one, but I have, and well, maybe we'll see. I don't know, because it's been so long. And then we need little squares of these, so I'll get that sorted too. All right, so first things first, we're going to be working on this umbrella and backpack. So all you are doing with the backpack is folding it. Well, I hope that's not in thirds. Surely it's that way. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. So let me get some glue. I don't have fabric glue, so I'm just going to use B7000, which actually, do I? Actually, I'm going to use tacky glue because I think it'd work better for this anyway, because it's fabric. Let's get all these things out the way. I've lost one of those now. Probably on the floor. I'll have to make another one if I really have lost it. Might have gone underneath the circle. Anyway, start off with this. You just want a little bit, as much as my glue wants to give me a lot. I'm going to put that there. Use that in a bit. Oh, I see where it's gone. Took it with me. There we go. And then just fold it over like so. And then get rid of all those ends here. Got some ends going on. And then we are going to fold it over again on itself with a piece of metal in between. So let's get the metal ready. So you could probably use tweezers for this, or I've also got these, which you can use to make things round. So basically we're going to take a very small amount of this. This is, gosh, 2 centimeters, I think, something like that. And you're going to use a tiny bit of it to make a loop. So I'm just going to, well, that didn't work so well, did it? Because, well, that moved, just not the coating. Huh, interesting. It's like paper. I don't reckon this is the right wire, you know. I reckon that's for something else. Let me go and get a different wire. Hold on. Okay, fortunately, most projects I end up with a lot of this over. So we want about 2 centimeters, it says, in total. I know we get to use this on something else later. So put that there. Well, there that is. Wow, can't pick it up. Okay, and then you want a really small bend. Doesn't say how big, but let's take a guess. So something like that. It's going to basically stick on here. I have no idea where the rest of that wire went. Puppy's not complaining, so I don't think it got her. Probably pinged across the other side of the table. Alright, so I just bent it a little bit, and I'm going to cut that and put this with that other stuff. Or maybe I should just put them both in the pot, be done with it. And this, God, if I can hold it, just going to make sure that that's flat. Okay, go under there then, and then stick it on here, and then fold this over the top of it. Well, Good luck, right? You all know what I'm like. Well, we do the best we can. So, as I put everything in the glue, let's pick you up, fella, and get you on here like so. That kind of works. And then get, I use maybe this stick along here. To fold this lip over. Of course it's going to get my tweezers very, very dirty. Way too much. Much less than I did. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Like so. Of course, if I'm going to fiddle with it, I'm going to destroy what bit I've done. There we go. Happier though, happier. I'm going to put a clip on that to keep it in place. So bear with me, because that can sit there for a second. It's not going to be long. Well, there's a big piece of paper there, parchment paper. Don't really need it anywhere near that sort of size. And fold that over. I'm just going to hold that in place with this. Not that one. That one's no good. There. And you can wait there for a second. Next we are going to be messing with these, and we're just making them into circles basically. So let's see. I'm going to do both sides. I don't know. Well. And then just fold them over. You know. Let's use these. That didn't work so well, did it? I mean, you only want a tiny bit of it. It's going to go on the back of that very small thing we just made. Maybe I could do it this way. Probably a cocktail stick works better actually. Be a better sizing for it. Okay, that's one. Let's do the same with this one. Got it all over me too. That's where it sticks to the cocktail stick, just to irritate me. Okay. As I say. Okay. I don't know if it counts. And this one is fraying a lot. So I'm going to give that a moment to dry, and then I'm going to trim that up before I even apply it. So while that's doing that, let's get this umbrella underway. So let's see, all I'm going to do is fold it in all the directions on the lines. I did keep the paper in there, so I'm using a metal rule on saying it. Probably works just as well by hand. In fact, I'm going to go to doing that. Doesn't have to be perfection here, because it's just going to fold in on itself to make the umbrella. Okay, once you've got it all folded how you want it, so it's going to look something like, let's see if I can show you, something like making a book really. Something like that, and that one would be in as well. So Alright, so what we are now going to do is take this tiny piece of white we have here, and we are going to bend the end of this to make for a little umbrella handle and in on itself. Okay. And stick this inside here. Wait. Clean that ruler off, it's got my glue on it. Lovely. And we will use tacky glue again. I've got loads of tacky glue. I kind of stopped using it for a long time, and I really don't know why, because it's not stringy like B7000 or anything like that, and you can just put it to one side if you want to. So that's the umbrella handle inside here with way too much glue, and then all we're going to do is wait for that to dry and kind of make sure that these are roughly how we're going to want them to be. Just make sure it dries straight. Hey, get back in there. It doesn't do that. Right, so just coming back out. I put too much glue in there, that's what this was. And I'm going to unglue these two because they want to stick together. And I'm going to leave it like that to one side just to get dry. Right, while those two tiny things are drying, I'm going to clean up these tweezers because they've got glue all over them. And we are going to start to get these together. So first things first, we are going to use these and make 3 single stools. So this is wood glue. So I'm going to use my little pot here and get this out of the way. You don't need to be focusing on that, do we? Or any of this. Come to that. Move. Put that in there. That up here. Wait. Let go of me. Oh, maybe I should turn that up so I can see what it's doing. Right, and you want the longer end like this is going to be the top part of the seat, and it is the square part is going to go on the bottom like so. One moment and I will show you what I mean. Just getting this glued up. Would take a moment or two to, wood glue takes a moment or two to dry, and you just want to put these small square ones on the end like so. Just make sure that they are even, and your easiest way is just to put it on the end, and the same with this one. I have glue all over my hands. Lovely. And tip it up will catch quite quick with wood glue, but enough that you can move it around. And then lastly, third one. This is quite a posh little train because it's got little cushions all on the back of it as such, or I guess it's for headrests. And it's like these ones get the white and red, and the other ones get the red with white dots. Just make sure that they're reasonably square. They are small, you don't have to have them perfect, but certainly good enough. Alright, and those will have these white ones on there. In the meantime, we are going to make hold on one moment, I need to see what that noise is. I've got all the doors open. It sounded like somebody was at my house, and it's not even my house, it's next door. Right, okay, so then what we are going to do is put these together, and the smaller one, narrower one, goes on top. So again, I'm going to get our glue ready. and on, and then we use the tacky glue to put the cloth on. You know what I'm forgetting? I'm forgetting to put the legs on, so we'll do that in a second too. You need one leg on these double ones and one on the others. And I'll turn that up in a minute. Make sure it's reasonably square. Oh, it folds in on itself. That wasn't the idea, was it? And turn this one up. There we go. Alright, so now that they are like that, technically, could we do that? Probably. So while they're all in the right direction, we could pop these on, because these are just going to stand like this. So they're all the same size, so it doesn't matter which way. When I get the glue out, not that you can see what I'm doing again. We should bring you in as well. Where did my remote go? Haha, got you. Oh, no, you're not going to get any closer. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I should move these where you can see them. Wait, stick together. Just making sure that the probably just, well, I moved them, to be honest. I'll just stick all to the paper. I'll get these separated a bit. Right, now we're going to be smarter with this and use the ruler to lift them up. And those ones aren't having a problem at all. Alright, so I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue on the ends of these and put them on all of them so that they can be setting up. And nicely got the paper there as well. And this is why I use greaseproof paper everywhere. For this model we had a nice new piece, so if it gets dirty it's just about this model. And what we do is, hopefully this works, is put these ones facing towards the back like so. If I could pick them up like so, and because that glue should have got tacky, it should stay there. And two, oi, straighten up. Not quite where you're meant to go. The other one was pretty well lined up, but again, because it's wood glue, you've got a little bit of manoeuvrability. Oh, there's always one, isn't there? Patience, patience, right? Wow. Okay. Right. Got there eventually. That's what I get for not putting it on squarely in the first place. I didn't want to go anywhere. Dear. Honestly. What I should do is just have something to support it the other side so that I'm not pushing against nothing. Well, it's not very central, that one, but I think it'd be okay. And then these ones, just have them. Again, you want the smaller part actually. So it's a longer part down there. Yeah, so this way. And these just go on one end and they go on the right side. and you have one on each. So I guess then they're going to be held together else another way. You know what? It'd be much better if I just did it like that, wouldn't it? Just lay it down. Makes more sense. I guess just make sure that it is lined up enough that if it goes against a wall, because I don't know how it's going, it would be alright. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Just going to turn it up on its end, which would have worked fine, except I've really got it on the wrong piece. Let's put it on here. You want it on the bigger piece, basically, that went together to make the seat. Okay. And this one, turn that around so you guys can see. I'll do the same. I'll stick it on the end and kind of line it up using the ruler to make sure that it's straight along the back there. And that one's fine. This one's run out of glue. Dried up a bit quicker than anticipated. So I was going to use this as lining it up and push that in like so. Not sure what that is. A hair. Alright, so give these a minute and then we'll stick those on and we will probably call that it for today. So give me a moment. Alright, I am gonna stick these on. The back things are bigger than the backpack itself, so something went wrong with my measurements. But as this sits on, what does it sit on? Not 100% sure where it goes. I wouldn't be able to tell what it was anyway. That's what I'm going with. Right, so one on each side. That's kind of cool, but yeah, just out of proportion. And have more fabric, maybe I should attach a little bit at the bottom or something. Don't know. I will think on this. Probably not. Right, let go. And the same with this side. And that will go to one side to dry. Once it's attached it will. And that will then just go in a pot until we know what we're doing with it. Alright, and now let's get this umbrella. And all you do with this, from what I can tell, is just fold it in little bits. Sort of like this, and it's not going to be totally closed, it's kind of going to be like so, just like so. And the umbrella sticks out about that much in the photo too. Yeah, made for shorter people, that's all, right? Something like that. I'm going to leave that to one side and that will eventually go in a pot. Right, last but not least, our little chairs here. What I'm going to do is put a spot of tacky on here, 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 here. Just making sure that this is right.
it's not going to be. They're going to be opposite sides, and that will fall apart anyway. That's what I get for rushing. Fortunately, no one wants to see the bottom of these anyway. And tiny blob on here. This one I'll just do afterwards. Otherwise you're going to be on here forever. And I know you don't want that. Right. Let me just move that out of the glue area so it doesn't stick. These rulers are handy. That's all I'm going with. There's always one, isn't there? And I'll put that fabric on, like I say, once it's had a chance to dry somewhat. Alright, so just going to attach one side, let that dry, and then put it over to the other side. Or at least not necessarily dry, but get it somewhat of the way there. There is a right and wrong way on this fabric, and that leg came off of that one too. Probably just moving them too quick. Should be a little bit more patient. I used to be. And then this one on here. This leg's coming off as well. Alright, I'm going to get these on and then pause. Right, let me get those on. I'm just going to put glue around the other side, get all this fixed up, and then I'll be back. Okay, so they've had a chance to dry. They are not perfect, but they're not terrible. Terrible either. Get back here, you fiend. I was going to say I trimmed them off when I see a great big strand here, but I will trim that off. Umbrella, kind of cute. Just about make out it's an umbrella if you're looking at it at the right angle. It's kind of like, I mean, and it is the way it is in the book as well, so it makes it kind of difficult to see that it's an umbrella because it's not a very long handle. And then this backpacky thing, technically, yes, you could do that. And our little single seats are all ready to rock and roll, and all the head protection, I'm guessing fabric protector, headrests type of thing, but it would be just fabric, wouldn't it? And are done and ready to rock and roll. So that is done. That's it for today. Tomorrow we will continue the build. We'll be making the ingredients to go on like a computer table. The table in the train, so it's going to have like a computer and radio, etc. And we should also be able to get on as far as starting to put the train together. If we don't get further than that, you never know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, send me an email to opallyhour@outlook.com, and I'll try and get back to you, or you can just comment on the video as well. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Please do take care of yourselves. Take care. Bye bye.